first speaker is our ex-president. We always heard her as a president, but today she is going to speak as a speaker. Please welcome the most energetic Sondra.
Unexpected bumps on the road. I've had several in my lifetime. How about you? I want to tell you a little story about one I had just about a month ago. First of the year, my parents keep saying, oh, there's alumni at school. You need to come. I'm like, oh, no. I finally decided, okay, I will come. You get that little invitation, and send it back. Turn your time in at work. And I got that time, all right. So I'm ready to go. Well, as the time got closer, I looked and I got the day before off. So man, ooh, that means I get to go early instead of waiting and working all day and then driving up. So I was so excited. I called my aunt and I said, can I come and spend Thursday night with you instead of going on home because I'm going to leave early? So she said, sure, but then she said, oh, I'm going to be at Tantera at Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri, which is one of the resorts that has a little bit of everything. There were 5 or 6 restaurants there, their own bowling alley, all kinds of different things there, even shops to shop in. So I was pretty excited. But I didn't tell my mom I was leaving early. I was just going to show up on Friday like normal. So a week before, my husband decides, well, I don't know that you should take the car. Maybe you should ask our son to borrow his brand new car. I'm like, I'm not driving his brand new car that he's had for a week. So I said, oh, I'll take the Tahoe, no problem at all. And he goes, all right. Well, on that day, I get to leave. I'm even leaving early than what I normally leave. I'm excited. I can get on the road and I can hit some pit stops, take my time. I don't even get out an hour away from Little Rock. And there's a piece of metal in the middle of the road. And of course there's a car on the side of me, so I couldn't get over. So I hit it. Well, I thought maybe it went underneath and got caught. Well, so I pulled over. It didn't. It slit my tire. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh. But this guy that had lost that piece had pulled off in front of me. And I said, I think my tire got cut by your thing in the road. He goes, oh, I'll change it for you. Well, have you ever had to try to find that spare tire for a Tahoe? It's up underneath. Then you got to have all them little attachments. Well, I had the attachments and I'm on the phone. Honey, how do you do this? Honey, do you do that? Well, I knew you put in that little hole that we can find that right little niche. And he goes, I tried the other day. I was trying to help a lady out. Well, he goes, I know this guy that can help me out. So he came on down. He goes, you got the wrong inch. Turned it, came down perfect. And they got me back on the road. That's the day I got the bacon from my dad. Stuffed up a few places. But I had to hurry because my time was running out because I had to meet my aunt. So I did make it on time. And I thought, oh gosh, what am I going to wear? I'm going out, we're going in for supper. And she goes, oh, I'm just going to wear shorts. And I'm thinking, okay, well that's good. And I got thinking, well, in Missouri we did. When we dressed up, we down dressed. We always wore jeans and maybe a nice blouse or something. But I forgot about that because in Arkansas, when you go out, you have to dress up. So I'm ready, I thought, oh, well, that's okay. I got home on Friday, and everything was fine. Phone rang, my niece called and said, well, Grandma, Aunt Sondra is in. We got to have supper. How about fried chicken? My mom goes, no way. So we ran to the store, and on the way, we got a phone call. My brother's shop was on fire. So it was like, oh my gosh. So we go by, and there wasn't a whole lot. They had already put it out, so everything was good. So that was good. But it was kind of sad, to find out that, his shop had caught on fire. But then we went ahead and had supper that night. It was nice to be around my whole family. Because everybody lives there. I'm the only one that doesn't live there. So it's nice to see everybody. The next day we got up to go to the alumni for school. My mom has been telling everybody I'm coming. So I was like, oh gosh, Mom. Well, one of my girlfriends happened to be there. And of course they announced every year that there was. And they came to us. And there was only 3 of us. And I thought, well, hopefully everybody will know what I look like. Because I really haven't changed as much. Maybe a little bit heavier. But I'll let y'all decide. Here's a picture. My senior picture says that's what I looked like a few years ago. But just a little added, which means there's more to love. So, once I got back into town, I had to get a new tire for my truck because I didn't want to drive back home with that asparagus. I could just imagine hitting something again. So my brother, he did get it fixed for me. Had a nice time. 3 from my class showed up. I thought, oh my gosh, oh well. And then they told me, well, in a couple of years we'll have another one. Well, maybe that time I will be able to wear my fur coat, my diamonds, and drive up in a limo. That's always been my dream, to go back home like that. But, you know, my luck, like this time, I drove up and nobody even saw me drive up. So it didn't matter if I was in an old clunker or that limo. So it's a good thing I didn't spend all that money. But, you know, several bumps in the road. I got ready to come home on Sunday. And of course, I'm just taking my time, stopping wherever I want. And of course, I'm on the road, and I decide to stop off somewhere. And I go to the restroom. I didn't have pockets. I have to have pockets on. I didn't. And I just kind of put my purse up on that hook, put the keys up there, you know, to the restroom. I forgot my keys were there, and I picked it up. And as that stool was flushing, I thought, oh my gosh, the keys are down there. I'm going to have to call home and tell my husband to come and get me. Because I'm about 4 hours away, and I'm sure he's going to love me. So I started looking. Oh, there they were, right there on the floor. I was like, oh, thank you, Lord. You are looking after me. Thank goodness. So I picked them keys up, and I was like, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm just like, oh my, I couldn't believe it. Then I get back on the road again. My phone starts ringing. Well, I had it out and it fell on the floor. Well, you had to stop and pull over to the side of the road so that I could get the phone. It was my mom. Have you made it to Branson yet? No, Mom, I'm just taking my time. 5 minutes later, my husband called. Aren't you there yet? No, I'm just taking my time. You know, I like to sightsee, and if I want to stop off, that's what I'll do. That's just like my dad anyway. So I said, I'll call you when I get to Branson. So I finally made it to Branson. It was about 8, plenty of time. So I called everybody, I'm there. I said, okay, I got all day to just goof off, you know, in Branson. Well, after I get up and get a few things done, I see these big, big dark clouds. I was like, oh my gosh. And you know, there has been a tornado up there just recently. I thought, oh, I better get on the road. So I started on the road again. At noon, I stopped off and it wasn't raining yet. But then it started pouring in Harrison. And you know how bad it is, raining, pouring, whenever you have to watch the side of the road so that you can see. Finally, I stopped for a little bit, so I stopped, and then I got back on the road again. I even made it to Toastmasters. I didn't make it to Toastmasters that night because I was kind of tired. So whenever you have bumps in the road, think about the good bumps and